Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. We're doing another tier list today, and today we're looking at the Horizon machines from Horizon Forbidden West and Horizon Zero Dawn. Mostly everything's in Forbidden West except our Sawtooth that didn't make the cut for some reason in Horizon Forbidden West. So let's get started, and let's get that Sawtooth right out of the way. Let's give it some love. It's the first powerful machine that Aloy faces, and at the same time, though, it doesn't make the cut in Horizon Forbidden West, so gotta give it a C tier. They're like Ravagers without the guns, so I don't see why they would, maybe I can bump it up to B just because of the, story-wise, they're more predominant than, say, like Snapmaws or something, but let's keep it to C for now. And Frostclaws. Frostclaws are so powerful in Horizon Forbidden Frozen Wilds, the other HFW. So yeah, they can shred you, and you gotta be very careful when fighting them. Shell snappers are so interesting. I really like shell snappers. They're so tough, but they're so easy once you know the strategy of just using an acid trap, and then they blow up their bottom belly container. But if you don't know that, oh man, they're a challenging fight. I'm gonna give this an A tier. There's that one quest where you gotta go south of the Vegas area there, and that thing can just destroy you if you don't know that strategy. It was just rage-inducing when I was doing it before I looked up online and realized, oh yeah, obviously you just use an acid trap. Fanghorns, basically, I don't know. You already had longhorns, and this is just a new introduction. I guess these are reindeers, where you already had deers before, and basically chocobos with the other one, but I can't really say much good about Fanghorns. Nothing really eventful. Alright, Red Eye Watchers. Red Eye Watchers are, I'm gonna have to say they're D tiers. Yeah, you know what? They're D tiers. They're just a little stronger than Watchers, and by the time you even get to unlock Red Eye Watchers, you already are fighting so many more powerful machines, at least in the original, that they don't really matter. I will say they're a sight for sore eyes when you run into them in Horizon Forbidden West, though. But yeah, I would say Watchers are better than Red Eye Watchers just because they're more memorable since you run into them right away in the original game. Wide Moths, the Hippos. The Hippos are pretty cool. I'm going to give it a B tier. Nothing too crazy about them. Pretty interesting strategy, but yeah, not much to really say. Once you fight a couple of them and you get the strategy down, they're just kind of there, and they don't really impact the plot too much. So yeah, Clawstriders on the other hand, though, Clawstriders have a very cool look, an iconic look, and Regala, you see her riding the Clawstrider right at the start. I gotta give that an S tier just because of the look. And then Corruptor, you gotta give a Corruptor a S tier also. And just in the original alone, Pharaoh machines and all that stuff with the Pharaoh plague, and then the entire plot of them corrupting the machines, and then Aloy getting the ability to corrupt machines from taking out a Corruptor. So just S tier for sure. Bellowbacks. Bellowbacks are solid. Very iconic. I would say they're more iconic than Wide Moths, and it's always fun to blow up their back canister and just having a huge boom. Glinthawks. If you played the first one, you know like how many often you fight Glinthawks. It gets to the point where, come on, there's other machines to fight besides Glinthawks, and I just get so burnt out from Glinthawks. And Shellwalkers are cool. The first time you fight them, you got the little shield off. Kind of cool how, like, if you shoot off their canister to try to pick it back up, but nothing really eventful about them. I'll just give them a C tier. Now, Burrowers. Burrowers are basically the Watchers of Forbidden West, and there's like 30 different versions of them. They're definitely more powerful than Watchers, and for that one reason, I'm gonna give it a B tier. Stalkers. Stalkers are S tier, I think. You know what? Let's give them A tier. They are definitely one of the most difficult machines to face, especially if you don't know what you're doing. But as soon as you like get those arrows and blow off their ability to go invisible, then they're nothing. But they're right up in your face, and yeah, they're good. Grimhorns. I love Grimhorns, and I'm gonna give those a S tier. There's this thing about Horizon Zero Dawn where they're robot machines, but there's only like really like I would say a third of them are robot or dinosaurs. I mean, not even a third. And Grimhorn, they're Triceratops. So yeah, like they're super powerful when you fight them in the wild. So absolutely, Spectres, the Zenith machine. Definitely S tier. The first time you see them, they're pretty intense, and yeah, they're no joke to kill either, especially if you're playing it on more than like easy mode. If you're playing it even on normal, they're kind of challenging. Ravagers. I love Ravagers. I'm going to say they're the best A tier. And just shooting off their own guns and then firing at it. Scroungers are Scroungers. What more can you say? They're just really early machines. They're cool, but nothing too special. Introduced in the sequel, you got Leap Lashers. Definitely gonna go with probably a B tier. Basically, just a kangaroo. Snap Moths. Snap Moths are really cool. I'm gonna say B tier though. They're not quite A tier. I think they got a boost in the sequel though versus the original, and I'm gonna go with B tier for Snap Moths. Maybe even better than Bellowbacks for sure. Tall Necks S tier, no question, and I'm gonna probably say they're the best S tier so far on the list. And just their own quests, and they're always fun to just climb them and get that map unlocked. And Stormbirds, they're also S tier, probably, even though I can debate they're harder to fight in at least the original than Thunderjaws. Just they shoot a lot of power. Pretty iconic. Yeah, S tier for sure. Sliverfangs. Sliverfangs are cool. You fight them right away, and there's a couple of big fights where you fight them. Big snake, but I'm gonna go S tier, or A tier, sorry. Scrappers are Scrappers, just like Scroungers. Not much to be said there. Sunwing, we all know why Sunwing's A tier, and probably the best A tier. Just the one machine you get to fly with, and it makes it pretty epic. Cumberjaw. You know, I really liked Cumberjaws. I'm gonna give them B tier. There's that one tall neck mission where you're in the jungle towards the west there, where you gotta fight through them, and that was the first time I ran into them, and man, I did not expect them, and they shredded me. Very memorable moment for me when I was playing it. Spike Snouts, yeah. I mean, they're just there. I don't really have much to comment on with them. Slaughter Spikes, though, are like S tier. Where in S tier? I'm gonna probably have to say right there. They're pretty iconic, and I'm gonna just reorganize this for a second. So Corruptors, absolutely super important to the story. I'm gonna say they're there. Claw Strider, Grimhorn, Spectres. Spectres, I'll say are right here. Yeah, that's a good list for my S tiers. Fire Claws, I would say, are equal to Frost Claws. Not much to be said there. They're just crazy ass bears that can destroy you. Roller Blacks, I always like the dinosaur looks, but they don't really, you don't fight them too often, and you gotta really hunt them down, but they look really cool. They're the dinosaur stuff. I would say so far they're probably the best of the B tier when you do see it. Sky Drifters. I mean, sure. Just another machine here. Oh, looks like Spectre made the list twice, so we'll ignore that. I can't tell what this is supposed to be here. Well, oh, this is a Rock Breaker. Rock Breaker is A tier, S tier, sorry. From the original, they're so deadly and they go underground and everything. I'm gonna put them right there, and yeah, absolutely. Lancehorns. Looks like if you play FF ever, a Final Fantasy, kind of look like a chocobo, but B tier. Behemoths, very strong. I'm gonna go with the A tier. They're huge, especially in the original, before they started introducing all these like overly sized, massive machines here. Long legs, meh. Long legs are just kind of there. Dreadwing is just like, yeah, a massive bat here, and at the same time, you don't see them too often, and they're pretty rare. They do have one story fight, so I will say they have some place. Bristleback, meh. Spectre Prime, you know, I'm just gonna say A tier, a little uneventful in my opinion. It's a crazy fight, it's pretty difficult, but I don't know, just kind of is what it is. I think this is supposed to be a Tremor mask, yeah. Elephant thing. This is the, well, let's get back. I'm pretty sure it's, yeah, it's definitely the elephant. Let's just 1 second. Yeah, if this is the elephant, let's say it's A tier. Just the scope and the size of it is pretty cool. Grazers, meh. Chargers, meh. I mean, there's nothing wrong with these D tier lists. They're the basic mobs you fight into. I guess this list doesn't include just a normal Red Eye. I would say Red Eye is maybe a little bit, or sorry, a normal Watcher. I'd say a Watcher is better than a Red Eye Watcher. But yeah, Scorchers are intense, and I'm gonna give them A tier, but I'm gonna say right here. Plowhorns. Plowhorns are super important for the story. The one tribe is all about the Plowhorns, but I don't know. They're just kind of there. I'll just for story reasons, I'll put them in A tier. Thunderjaw is probably the most iconic machine. Absolutely. A T-Rex, basically. And they're amazing. And then the Tide Ripper, which is the underwater machine. And it's really cool. A couple of good story missions and quest missions. But overall, I'm going to go with B tier, I think, with here. You don't fight them too often. And because they're always in the water, when you're swimming and you can't fight underwater, you're just swimming away from them. So unless you're hunting them down, it's the only really time you see them. Alright, I guess there's a couple of other machines. Like I mentioned, the Watchers aren't here, just the normal Watchers. And then in Frozen Wild, those towers that immune your shields, which definitely, I guess, are a form of machine. But this is basically it. So what do you guys think of this list? Do you agree with it? Do you disagree with list? Who do you think should be on it? Do you want to see Sawtooths come back? Maybe in a expansion for Forbidden West. Yeah, so let me know in the comments below, and thanks for watching, and hope everyone has